Good morning. Please remain standing for the national anthem led by Ms. Stephanie Washburn and the invocation that follows offered by Mr. George Solis.
Let us pray. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. God, today we praise you for who you are, for your hope, peace, love, and we thank you for being our Father in heaven. We ask that you forgive our shortcomings and that you convict us of our sins as we walk your path daily. Today we want to thank you for our salvation and for paying a price we could not pay. Thank you for this country and those who have dedicated their lives to save it. Thank you for this school and its leadership, and I want to thank you for the faculty and staff and the families that are here present today. But most importantly, God, I want to thank you for the students and the education you have allowed them to have. Today, I pray that you will make us obedient to your will, that you will give the students discernment of their hearts, and that you will guide their hearts and minds as they continue to glorify you with everything that they think, say, and do. Please bless the students today, bless their families, bless our leaders, and bless our country, so we can be the light of the world. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Jack Hawkins, Jr., Chancellor of Troy University. Chancellor Hawkins.
Thank you, Dr. Ingram. Good morning. What a pleasure it is for me on behalf of our Board of Trustees to welcome each of you to a day we consider to be the most important day of the year at Troy University. And I suspect if I asked for it, I'd get a big amen from the group sitting in front of me this morning. We're so proud of each one of you, and we're proud to be able to share this occasion with the families and friends of these students who have worked so hard to get to this place. It's my honor this morning to introduce to you a number of people. All of you are special. Let me just introduce a few so you'll know who will be here. And I would ask these folks to stand and remain standing until we have recognized all, and then we can applaud all of them as a group. Members of our Board of Trustees, the Honorable Gerald Dial, the President Pro Tem of the Board, the Honorable Karen Carter, the Honorable Roy Drinkard, the Honorable Dr. Doug Hawkins, the Honorable Lamar Higgins, the Honorable Alan Owen, and the Honorable Gibson Vance. Our speaker, who I will introduce a bit more formally in just a few minutes, our good friend, Alabama Superintendent of Education, Dr. T.R. Bice, Mr. George Solis, a political science major from Pell City, Alabama, who delivered our invocation, and our administrative leadership, who I am proud to call colleagues. They include Dr. John Schmidt, Senior Vice Chancellor for Advancement and External Relations, Dr. Earl Ingram, Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jim Bookout, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Finance and Business Affairs, and Dr. John Dew, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Student Services and Administration. Representing our academic colleges and schools, Dr. Jim Reinhart, the Dean of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Judson Edwards, Dean of the College of Business, Dr. Don Jeffrey, the Interim Dean of the College of Communication and Fine Arts, Dr. Catherine Hildebrand, the College of Education, Dr. John Miller, the Interim Dean of Health and Human Services, and Dr. Diane Barron, the Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. Other members of the platform party include Lieutenant Colonel Brian Bonnell, Army, ROTC, Mr. Cody Farrell, the SGA President, and Dr. Dion Rosser Mims, who is not only the winner of the Wallace D. Malone Jr. Distinguished Faculty Award, but she this morning had the honor of carrying the university mace. Special guest, and I would ask they stand, State Representative Alan Booth, Mr. Jason Reeves, the mayor of the city of Troy and former SGA president at Troy University, Dr. Lee Hicks, the superintendent of the Troy City School System, members of our foundation board of directors, Mr. John Ferguson and Mr. Doug Mims, Mr. Jerry Williams, the president of the National Alumni Association of Troy University, Miss Annette Owen, the wife of Trustee Alan Owen, but I would call attention to several sisters who are with her. All of the 5 sisters of the Colley family are Troy University alumni, and we're pleased to have Miss Annette Owen's sisters, Miss Helen Long, Miss Julie Lowry, and Miss Jennifer Ventris here this morning. And last but not least, this university was the very first university in America to participate in a partnership with Chinese universities, and in the year 2001, just before 9/11, our first group of 121 students arrived. It was a creative approach that allowed students at universities in China to spend 1 year at a Chinese university, 2 years at Troy, and the 4th year in residence back in China, at which time they would receive 2 baccalaureate degrees, one from Troy and one from the Chinese partner. That extraordinary model has now swept across China and across the United States. We have several students in the 121 program who are on the verge in the next few days of returning to China, and I'd like to ask the 121 students to stand up, and please join me in recognizing all of these folks who have stood this morning. Thank you. No doubt Christmas is a very special time for all of us, but particularly for families and the family values that all of us hold dear. They're also important to Troy University as a family of Trojans. I'd like now to ask those members who have given so much in time, energy, love, and attention to the graduates with members of our families, please stand up and let us say thank you for a job well done. Please stand up if you're a member of the family. And I would add a footnote, thank you for sharing your loved ones with us during their study at Troy. We often say the most important thing we do at Troy University is to serve our students. And you can't do that if you don't do the second thing very well, and that is to hire good people. And we have great faculty and staff at this institution. I would like to ask the members of our faculty who are with us this morning to please stand up and let us say thank you for a job well done. Thank you, and I hope you have an enjoyable break, members of our faculty. Now to the graduates. It's my honor to welcome you to the Troy University National Alumni Association. The numbers are more than 140,000 around the world, found in every clime and place that you can imagine. This is a worldwide university. In fact, we're very pleased to have students enroll with us from 70 different countries, and on any given day you can hear more than 80 different languages spoken on this campus. It's to each of you that I extend the gift, and Mr. Jerry Williams, the president of our National Alumni Association, asked me to do this on behalf of the association, and that is you will receive 1 year's free membership in the National Alumni Association. But Mr. Williams was quick to say 1 year. We want you to be dues-paying members of and active members of this association. Support your university. 20 years from now, we want your degree to be even more valuable then than it is today, and it's our job every day to add value to your degree. So I congratulate you, and as I do so, I want to challenge you to do 3 simple things. The very first, be engaged and serve your communities. It was Winston Churchill who said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Indeed, it's through service that we realize who we are and what we can do as people. Be good citizens, be active leaders. We need you more than we've ever needed your leadership before. Be active alumni, return to campus often. Let us hear from you and send us good students. In fact, send us students who will replace you, who is qualified as you, 1 each year. That's my challenge to you. And third and most important, and I know you'll do this because you've always done this, and that's to embrace life, maintain a positive attitude. I like to remind students that 90% of the people, and this is research-based, 90% of the people each year in this country who lose their job, they don't lose their job because they can't do their job. They lose their job because of a bad attitude. That being true, just the reverse of that is true for those who are promoted and reach their potential. A good attitude is a key to success, and I know that you'll maintain that good attitude into the years ahead. So congratulations, and we're very, very proud of you. And I'm proud, too, to have an opportunity this morning to introduce to you our keynote speaker. He spent an entire career in service to other people, and he's done so at every level of public education, from classroom teacher to his current position as State Superintendent of Education. Actually, I had the good fortune and pleasure of meeting Dr. T.R. Bice in the late 1970s. When I served as president of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind. You see, he was an outstanding classroom teacher at the Alabama School for the Blind. And from the very first day of his service to those blind students, it was obvious. He was a special individual with a big heart, and he really does lead with his heart. You know, we have a motto at Troy University, and it says, we educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, and the body to act. And if you don't have a heart, you probably aren't going to be a good leader. This gentleman is an outstanding leader. In the Institute for Deaf and Blind, those of you who are familiar with it know that it's a very special place. Not everyone can handle the special challenges that one sees there on a daily basis, but Dr. Bice certainly could. His servant's heart and his commitment to others have guided him over these years. And one of my favorite verses is found in the book of Matthew, where it's written, "I came to serve and not to be served." His life manifests the truth of that verse. From the outset, we saw that he had enormous potential, and I remember so well the first conversation that we had when he was considering the pursuit of a doctoral degree. You just knew that he had the ability to do that, and he certainly has proven that time and time again. After leaving the Institute, he worked as a teacher, principal, and superintendent of the Alexander City School System. He served the State Department of Education as Deputy State Superintendent for Instructional Services. And on 10 November, 2 years ago, he was named the Alabama Superintendent of Education, and I maintain that was a great day for this state. He has earned his degrees, 2 degrees from Auburn University, a doctorate of education, and his baccalaureate degree, and he earned a master's degree from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. He and his wife, Nancy, have 3 sons. It's indeed a pleasure, an honor to invite to this rostrum and to introduce to you a great educator and a great individual. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Tommy Bice.
Dr. Hawkins, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, parents, family members, friends, and especially to you graduates, it is absolutely an honor to be with you today and share this very special occasion. It's a very special day, as Dr. Hawkins mentioned, because I did in fact start my career as an educator, as a young new teacher at the Alabama School for the Blind, under a very young, visionary leader from which I learned so very much. And Dr. Hawkins alluded to this, but had a great career at the Institute for the Deaf and Blind, but was urged to leave by Dr. Hawkins. And I am convinced today that I'm standing here as your commencement speaker because he urged me to leave and to pursue my doctoral degree and has remained a mentor to me through the last 35 years in education. So Dr. Hawkins, to you and to Janice, thank you so much for your leadership, your vision, and your friendship. This morning, however, it's my task as your commencement speaker to delay what you came here for, to graduate. The idea is that this delay is supposed to be worth it, that in your last hours of college, I can better equip you for what lies ahead for the rest of your lives. Me, an absolute perfect stranger to you, am supposed to, in this role as your commencement speaker, reveal to you some deep truth that has eluded you throughout your formal education. I'm not sure I can actually do that, because I'm a very challenged person when it comes to things like this, because I have little patience or little use for generalizations that'll be forgotten the minute they're said, or for time ill spent. So I've decided if I'm going to provide any value to this morning to you, I need to be very specific, and this is why. 36 years ago, as a 1977 graduate of Auburn University, we may have had a commencement speaker, but to be honest, I can't tell you if we did or not. And if we did, I absolutely don't know his or her name. But what I can remember is that in those last days, I kept thinking about what I wish that person, if we had had one, had told me. Practical, specific stuff that will actually help me lead the life that was ahead of me. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. I'll also share with you, as Dr. Hawkins said, I have 3 teenage sons, Andrew, Bennett, and Cameron. And they gave me some advice before I left home this morning. They said, "Dad, be brief. These folks don't really give a rip about what you've got to say. And by all means, don't embarrass us while you're down there." So within that context, I'll work toward meeting those expectations. But what I do want to do with you today is share from my observations some things that I don't want you to worry about, and to give you some advice that, again, I had hoped I might have gotten should somebody given me some practical advice when I was about to graduate from college. The first thing that I'm going to ask that you not worry about is, will I be happy? This should not be a problem. Most of you are in your early 20s. Studies show that people get happier as they move through their 20s. Then the happiness level dips over the next few years and finally bottoms out when people are around 47 years old. That's called having teenage children. Don't tweet that, please. My children are watching from afar. But this happiness level rises again, especially when people start reaching a retirement in those first 10 years after retirement. I have a ninth grader. I can only hope I have the health to get me to the point that I can realize retirement. So based on those facts, for the next little while, you're pretty much assured of being happy. And it's so easy to make sure that you are. Join an organization, a club, or as Dr. Hawkins said, the Troy University Alumni Association, that meets on a regular basis. There's a body of research that I discovered when I was preparing for this that finds that that activity produces the same happiness gain as doubling your income. Now, trust me, money's important too. And as you begin to earn money, another piece of advice: use what money you have to purchase experiences, not things. As I've worked through this life, I've discovered that most people that I find that are content and happy, it hasn't been based on the things they've acquired. It's been based on the experiences and the people that they've been able to include in their lives. Another piece is don't try to control people. You can't. Let me assure you, there's 744,000 public school children who wake up every day to go to school, and their parents, and I get lots of calls, and as much as I'd want to be able to make all that work like I want it to, I can't. So don't try to think that you can control other people. I'd also suggest to you that as you make mistakes, and you will, and I continue to make them every day, that you don't ruminate on those bad ideas and those mistakes. A friend recently shared with me and posted it on Facebook, you can't plow a field by turning it over in your mind. So when you make those mistakes, move on. The daily activity that contributes most to happiness is having dinner with friends. The daily activity that distracts the most from happiness is commuting. So eat more and commute less. The second thing I'd like to ask you to not worry about is the question, will I get a good job? Now, I know most parents in the room just stroked by the fact that I would actually say that, but hang with me for a second on this topic. Finding a job is absolutely something you need to work toward, but don't be frantic about it. The economy is mediocre, but it's improving. But best people to get a new job are people with a college degree that you're about to receive today. You have a leg up on those who don't. I'm in meetings daily where business and industry are begging for graduates who are thinkers, who think critically, who solve problems, who know how to collaborate with others and want to be a lifelong learner. And I know for a fact, based on my knowledge of this institution, that's what you're prepared to do. As a teacher, as a high school principal, as a local superintendent, and now as state superintendent, I've seen thousands of young people graduate, wander for a while. But by the time they're in their mid-20s, they find their place. And you will too, and you'll get that good job, and you'll be happy. But for right now, again, your parents might not agree with me on this, but just from watching young people over the last 35 years lean to risk. Believe me, 95% of the people who take risk, whether it works out or not, are glad they did. And if you don't do it now, chances are you never will. The third thing that I don't want you to worry about is, will I find my passion? Commencement speakers are always telling you, go forth and find your passion. To me, that's the wrong direction to even look at. To me, you won't find your passion will find you. But you have to relax and wait for it. Let me explain. A couple of things I would urge you to do. Do one thing at a time. Give each experience all your attention. Try to resist being distracted by other sights and sounds, other thoughts and tasks, and guide your mind back to what you're doing at the moment. We live in a world where multitasking is a valued trait, and for some, it actually becomes a strength. But for many, we just end up doing a lot of things and none of them very well. I'm not warning against learning many things on many subjects. My warning is against missing the world around you. Ralph Waldo Emerson once asked what we would do if the stars only came out once every 1,000 years. No one would sleep at night, of course. We would be ecstatic. We'd be delirious. We'd be anxious, awaiting that event. Instead, the stars come out every night and we watch TV. So I challenge you, sometime next week, take a day next week and disconnect for one evening. Put away Snapchat, put away Twitter, put away Instagram and Facebook, and sit outside and experience what the world has to offer. You will be amazed. You'll be entertained. You'll be invigorated. And most of all, at peace. And sometimes when that peace comes, it's at that point that you discover who you really are. And it's at that point that passion may reveal itself to you. Another piece of advice, spend more time listening. Attorneys have a saying about conferences between legal opponents. The side doing the talking is losing. For the longest time, I thought that the test of my value was what I had to say. When I wasn't talking, I did listen to others, but with half my mind figuring out what I was going to say next. It's as though I'd been listening to the music and just registering the melody, but not hearing the harmony, the instruments, and the subtleties of phrasing. To really listen takes active attention. To have listened and absorbed the whole message with all its connotations, its unspoken and maybe unintended shadings, makes it likelier that when you do speak, you will contribute more, but do so with fewer words. The last thing, and this is going to seem so trivial, but one that I find can bring great value to your life is, once you leave here and find that passion finds you and you find the direction you're going, keep a journal. This is your last writing assignment. For many people, this is harder than most any other activity that they will attempt. Knowing you're going to write something every day sharpens your attention to everything that happens around you. With a journal, you have a companion you're going to point things out to, where you stockpile impressions and passing thoughts. Or if you're like me, just jot down notes to yourself of the life experiences you want to memorialize. When you fail, start again. No one's going to check your paper or give you a grade. For the longest time, I didn't do this, but I do now, and I've lost a lot of things that I'll never be able to recapture. Your life is your legacy. Record it and enjoy it and make this part of what you do next. And my final few pieces of advice come from one of my favorite books, entitled All I Ever Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. This was a bestseller back in 1988, based on the premise that most of the basic aspects of life bear its most important opportunities. I'd like for you to step back with me for a minute to when you were in kindergarten. And I want you to listen to the simplicity of it all and to imagine, which is my favorite word in the English language. Imagine your future within the context of these constructs that you learned in kindergarten. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some, think some, draw and paint some, sing and dance and play and work some every day. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots went down and the plant grows up and really nobody exactly knows why, but we all got excited about it sitting in the window of that kindergarten classroom. Goldfish, hamsters, white mice, and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup, they all die, so will we. And then remember, for those in the room that remember Dick and Jane, remember the first book you possibly ever learned to read in kindergarten? It had that first big word, and that word was look. Everything you need to know is somewhere in what I just shared with you. The golden rule in love, basic sanitation, ecology and politics, equality and sane living. Take any one of those constructs and extrapolate it into sophisticated adult terms and apply it to your life or to your work or to government, especially our federal government, your world, and it holds true and clear and firm. Think about what a better world it would be if the whole world shared everything. If we did that, we'd have no poverty. Poverty is absolutely the biggest issue that's facing public education in our state today. But if we all shared everything, we'd have no poverty. If we had cookies and milk at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and lay down for a nap, took a break from this fast-paced world we live in, or if all the governments had a basic policy to always put things back where they found them and to clean up their own messes. And it's still true no matter how old you are, when you go out in the world, it's best to hold hands and stick together. Class of 2013, you are at this new journey beginning. The first thing you should do is throw away the store-bought map and begin to draw your own. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinion drown out your own inner voice. Listen, look, imagine a future of your own making as you fulfill the mission of this great institution. Educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, and the body to act. Godspeed to you as you start this journey, and I wish for all of you that your passion will be realized in the not-so-distant future. Thank you so very much.
May I ask your help in 3 ways? Please remain in your seats to take photographs of the graduates in order that everyone may see. Please hold your applause until all the graduates have crossed the stage, and please remain in your seats until the graduation ceremony is concluded. Thank you. Will the candidates for the associate's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the associate's degree. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend the degree be awarded.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's my pleasure to confer upon each of you the associate degree which you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the bachelor's degree, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure for me to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree which you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations, and please be seated. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the master's degree, and on behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and approval of the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure to confer upon each of you the master's degree which you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Please be seated. At this time, the deans of the colleges will call the graduates forward to receive their diplomas. Dr. Reinhardt.
Will the graduate receiving the associate's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to receive your degree? Kia Dion Andrews.
Would the students receiving the associate's degree from the College of Health and Human Services please come forward to receive their diploma? Mary Beth Arrington. Amy Marie Treywick Elmore. Lauren Casey Green. Terica Hinkle Kirk. Kristen Lauren Nali. Candace Nicole Nichols. Sabra K. Pickett. Kimberly Nicole Searles.
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to accept your diplomas? Todd Eric Brown. Deborah Frederica Burgess. Clifton Darren Carter. Morgan E. Daniel. Olfa Dawi. Russ Austin Falk. Julius Darrell Fenn. Sarah Fenvick, magna cum laude. Joshua Brett Adams. Algernon Kashmir Leon Austin. Zechariah Adams. John David Bagley, magna cum laude. Ariel Aponte. Brandon R. Bennett. Matthew Ryan Bond, cum laude. Alicia Rochelle Boyce. Michelle L. Meadows. Phaedra Brown. Crystal Denise Gaskin. Richard Kendall Gibson. Crystalie Marie Ginther, summa cum laude, graduating with highest honors and a 4.0 grade point average. Joseph Clark Gully. Tina Marie Hall. Brian Hampton. Jewel Johnson. Alex Ryan Hare. Evan James Carter. Anthony Scott Clark. Troy Allen Clemens, cum laude. Matthew Ryan Corbin. Erica Lackley Cunningham. Jerome Lamond Hubbard. Hunter Griffith Keith. Akemi Shunkir Knight. Brittany Ann Knight, summa cum laude. Robert Earl Leggett. Chad Lott. Jennifer Morgan Lowry. Danielle D. McDowell. Gregory Allen McClendon. Kelsey Louise McLeod. Heather Renee Frazier. Jamie Lauren Gantert, summa cum laude. Sahara Danielle Gary. Matthew Ray Stice, magna cum laude. Tambra Oliver Hill. Darnell Patrice McMillan. Kayla Ann Metz, cum laude. Donald K. Moody. Amanda Victoria Oliveras. Christopher Carl Olson. Chadwick Clark Phillips. Way to go, Chad! Destiny Lynn Phillips. Carl Ely Pollock. Courtney Danielle Rains, magna cum laude. Hannah Leslie Rotten. Roger Howard. Earl Elgin Watts. James S. Williams. Timothy Wayne Winters. Rachel Irene Wolf. Holly Elizabeth Wood. Jennifer Rashay Wood, summa cum laude. Patrick Rashard Roberts. Zachariah Christopher Roncanen. Demetrius Trevence Rowe. Ronald Terrence Sellers. Cody Dwight Skelton. J. Edward Stansberry. Jennifer Ann Starkley. Okay. Emma B. Usen. Brittany Catherine Votrin, summa cum laude. John T. Walker. Is that it?
This is your last one.
Okay. Hudso Servius.
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the Sorrell College of Business please come forward to receive your diploma? Brandon Allen Eichner. Donald Alexander Jones. Ali Muhammad Alafman. Ibek Amanadov. Robin Shanae Bailey. Brandon Michael Baines. Sarah Rebecca Betterton. Sophia Rebecca Borkman. Erin Nicole Brasher. Stephanie Grissette Bergens. Hank Thu Do Reg. Zhu Dong. Kevin Ross Elliott. Kirk Grant Peters. Tiffany Danielle Piper. Ji Chi. Davon Plummer. Matthew Brian Hall. Sally Samantha Ham, cum laude. Danielle Whitney Hatfield. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a pair of graduates, father and son, walking together today. Curtis Dwayne Henderson, cum laude, and Jared Curtis Henderson. Stephen Lee Hilt. Lauren Elizabeth Hobgood, magna cum laude. Tiffany Monique Hollins. Timothy David Hudman, summa cum laude. Lucas Richard Sharp. Brittany Siobhan Taylor. James Philip Technip. Marisha Vaughn. Marsha Vaughn. Marissa Joy Candell. Michael Jared Lee. Nicole Antoinette Jones. Rachel Gray Lee. Lynn Lee. Liu Chin Chin. Xiao Liu. Duong Phamin Nguyen, cum laude. Jordan Elizabeth Payne, magna cum laude. Tracy Beck Vaughn. Jason Daniel Walls. Hensai Wong. Gregory Scott Wilson. Lindsay Nicole Woodham. Kenneth Earl Woods. Amanda Lee Raytai. Lacrissa Samalpri Alnicia Ray. Catherine Francis Reeves. Casey Shubay. Wayne Roger Shauneman, cum laude.
Will the graduates receiving their bachelor's degree in the College of Communication and Fine Arts please come forward to receive your diplomas? Jeremy Debonair Ackles. Molly Bailey, summa cum laude. Shelby Jean Barwood. Brandon Hunter Beck. Audrey Anna Bennett, cum laude. Randall Philip Cruz. Taylor Manson Drawdy. Stephanie Renee Davenport. Brittany Kathleen DeLong. Maggie Averett Downs, magna cum laude. Ji V. Fang. Caitlin Elizabeth Franklin. Michael Brian Golden. Terrell Montrese Gray. Megan Simone Green. Joshua Todd Grimes. Ashley Dion Hall. Jordan Michelle Hammond, cum laude. Talisa Rochelle Harris. Joanna D. Hopper, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Catherine Jenkins. Alicia Arlene Johnson. Samantha Ann Loft, summa cum laude. Mallory Michelle Mashburn. Catherine Gwen McDowell. David Chase McGowan. Catherine Elizabeth Meadows, cum laude. Daniel Thomas Murphy, summa cum laude. Rebecca Ann Nelson. Caleb Michael Odom. Andres Pacheco, cum laude. Christopher Allen Pierce. Ronald Lloyd Price. Anna Lawson Rhodes. Hunter Lee Robinson. Parker Dowling Smith, magna cum laude. Michael Tyler Spivey.
Reginald Lorenzen Stevens. Lucia S. Starks. Corey Lynn Thomas. Anton Lamar Ware. Ethan Watford. Brittany Rachel Wilkerson. Corrine D. Williams. Rachel Lynn Wright, magna cum laude. Junie Yang, cum laude.
Will the graduates who have earned the bachelor's degree in the College of Education please come forward to receive your diploma? Cassidy Lauren Aldridge. LaCourtney S. Alexander. Andrew Jordan Barrera. Caitlin Ruth Bentley. Amelia Lynn Berry. Jonathan M. Bazan. Casey Cheyenne Bowman, magna cum laude. Kristen Danielle Boyer, cum laude. Adrienne Lutetia Brooks. Ethan Lee Carroll, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Collins, summa cum laude. Joshua Lewis Horn. Glenn Holmes II. Matthew Cedric Madigan. Jessica Lynn McCarty. Belinda Wolford Montgomery, magna cum laude. Sarah Kayla Moore. Matthew Troy Dobson, summa cum laude. Erica Elizabeth Epting. Ronald E. Floyd, Jr. Courtney Page Gaylor, magna cum laude. Reginald Lee Granger. Adria Sasha Hill. Karen Nicole Hillier, cum laude. Haley Marie Hodge. Carrie Elizabeth Regier, cum laude. Sarid Rivera Navarro. Cedric Glenn Sanders, cum laude. Tia Caprice Shallow, summa cum laude. Timothy David Hubar, cum laude. Sarah Drennan Ivy. Kayla Diane James. LaQuasia Renese Jarman. Kanisha Yvette Johnson, magna cum laude. Emily Catherine Kessler. David Bradley Knighton. Mitzi Leanne Knotts. Patrick Hay Floyd. Megan Ashley Nolan, cum laude. Theodore Page. Mary Antoinette Petty. Elise Brannon Phillips. Kelsey Marie Pierce. Clint Douglas Pitchford. Sarah Marie Porter. Ashley Brianna Radcliffe. Catherine Leanne Rayner, magna cum laude. Sally Ann Singleton, magna cum laude. Brittany Denise Smith. Keisha Renee Smith. Go. Megan Camille Smith. Shayla Denise Smith. Madeline Jane Stowe, cum laude. Rebecca Elise Stumbaugh. Sally Ann Towton. Ashley Lauren Taylor. Andrea Fernander Underwood. Shavon D. Washington. Alexandria Lee Watson.
Last one.
Kristen Amanda Wells.
Will the graduates receiving the bachelor's degree in the College of Health and Human Services please come forward to receive your diploma? Chris Douglas Ansley. Talisha Nicole Barnett. Deidre Alexis Beard. Ashley Jernay Bell. Kaylee Ruth Bennett, cum laude. Caroline Olivia Bentley. Brittany Shalee Blackman. Brittany Nicole Blankenship, cum laude. Delancey Ray Bond, magnum cum laude. Shane Boyd. Octavia Yvonne Brantley. Eric M. Bratton, cum laude. Duran L. Brown. Shay Danielle Johnson, cum laude. Holly Nicole Kilcrease, cum laude. Diamond Nicole Brown, cum laude. Nicholas Kyle Brown. Veronica Roe Bryant. Belima Budachara, cum laude. Sharia. Morgan Rachel Kane, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Caldwell, summa cum laude. Ashley Nicole Carpenter, cum laude. Lauren Ashton Clemens. Mallory Virginia Colley. Shemaiah R. Craddock. Anna Marie Cryan. Henry Lee Dixon, Jr. Eric Rashad Dowell. Bethany Dean Fain. LaCaria Shante Fitzgerald. Taniko Louise Freeman. Shalana Marie Green. Maury Ann Harden. Joseph Daniel Hernandez. Michelle Irene Hewitt. Rachel Victoria Johns. Lauren Elaine Knight, cum laude. Regina Elaine Landry. Ju Young Lee. Carrie Michonne Little. Nicole Dawn Maggard. Raven Kira Matthews. David G. Matthews, Jr. Kanisha Monet Leslie. Brittany Afton McDonald. Whitney Elise McDonald. Rachel Nicole Maherg. Betsy Ashton Miller. Jessica Adriana Moore. Daia Mohammed Muanda. Lynette Wairithia Gaga, cum laude. Lori Lynn Nicewander. Melissa Ann Nolan. Callie J. Obar, cum laude. Bryce S. Percy. Sarah Paige Prater. Darrell Denors Rawls. Cheryl H. Richardson. Olivia Ann Roberts, magna cum laude. Jennifer Schock, magna cum laude. Victoria Alicia Shaw. Victoria Paula Smith. Zara Caitlin Spivey. Angela Maria Stone, magna cum laude. Michaela Maria Stone, summa cum laude. Chloe Gabrielle Taylor. Tiara Roshan Thomas. Carl D. Thompson. Franche M. Thornton. Kimberly Montgomery. Seda Scott. Ebony Michelle Moore. Brittany Simone Tucker. Ricky Lavone Wilson. Tiffany Joe Wilson, cum laude. Ashley Lynn Woods. Latoya Cherise Young. Haijayo Sun.
Will the graduates receiving the master's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to accept your diploma? Jennifer Tibbetts Shook, summa cum laude. Scott Delane Spivey, Jr. Douglas Norris Wilson. Logan Thomas Boydston. Robin Marcella Cohn. Phone Ding. Bailey Laura Dykes. Catrice Gilder. Moon Ji. Augustin Abore. Excuse me, Augustin Abbas. Adama Kabore. John Brian Morris. Naomi Maria Nishio. Juan Jorge Surson. Craig Anthony Shimmer. Is that it?
Might do this real fast.
Will the graduates receiving the master's degree in the Sorrell College of Business please come forward to receive your diploma? Hannah Annette Spann. Wendy Jamay Battle. Abdullah Ibrahim Inbin Onik. Graciela Buentello. Trang Dong. Brian Edward Elliott. Regina Lynn Franklin. Brian Mark Franks. Carrie Cornelius Glenn. Meredith Rhodes Harrington. Rufat Kamalov. Han Naeem. Bei Wang. Jeremiah Kwame Adu. My Wing Nguyen. Jasmine Elena McMillan.
Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the College of Education please come forward to receive your diploma? Delandra Quante Ellen. Kimberly Davis Barron. Linda Faye Bullock. Young Ding. Tawanda Shamika Faison. Derek Terrell Hurt. Luther Wayne Jones. Chandra Elaine Kennedy. Buhayan Kim. Ashley Renee Lanning. Connie Lawson Macon. David Walter Miller. Lisa Marie O'Hara. Bianca Ashley Ortiz. Andrea Renee Rosso. Jaeyong Bu Seo. Samuel David Valentine. Derek G. Warford. Nishaka Chantel Tribby.
Will the graduates receiving the master's degree in the College of Education or College of Health and Human Services please come forward to receive their diploma? Garish Tajain.
Chancellor Hawkins, Dr. Bice, faculty, family, and graduates. It is my distinct honor to present the newest members of our United States Armed Forces. Today, these leaders have completed the additional professional military education requirements for commissioning as second lieutenants into the United States Army and Air Force. This is directed by the President of the United States. Second Lieutenant Troy Clemens. Second Lieutenant Clemens, criminal justice major from Florida, was this semester's 17th Cadet Wing Commander. He has been assigned as a logistics readiness officer and will be heading out to serve his first assignment at Yokota Air Force Base, Japan. Second Lieutenant Zachariah Ronkainen. Second Lieutenant Zachariah Roncanen, criminal justice major from Enterprise, Alabama, was this semester's 17th Cadet Wing Vice Commander. Lieutenant Roncanen was named Distinguished Graduate from the Officers Field Training this past summer. He was an active member of Troy University's Interfraternal Council and the president of his fraternity. He has earned a coveted slot as an Air Force navigator. Second Lieutenant Jennifer Schock. Second Lieutenant Schock hails from Niceville, Florida, and joined Troy University Army ROTC after completing the Leaders Training course at Fort Knox, Kentucky in 2011. Jennifer has maintained a 3.9 GPA throughout nursing. She graduated magna cum laude and commissions active duty as a second lieutenant into the Army Nurse Corps. First duty assignment is Fort Sam Houston, Texas, then follow on to Hawaii. Second Lieutenant Hudson Servius. Hudson Servius was born in Liancourt, Haiti. In August 2010, Hudson enlisted in the Army National Guard, completed basic combat training and advanced individual training. Joining Troy ROTC in 2011, Hudson served as the officer in charge for my battalion's mentorship program. Hudson commissions in the United States Army Reserves, branch of Quartermaster, assigned to 4th Group, 518th Quartermaster, Montgomery, Alabama. As is customary, in keeping with the highest traditions of military service, our newest officers will render salutes of respect and appreciation to Dr. Hawkins, the presiding official of today's ceremony. And secondly, to fellow graduates and guests who represent the American citizens they have sworn to protect and defend. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our newest lieutenants.
Would you please remain standing for the alma mater and the benediction? Would you please join Miss Stephanie Washburn in singing the alma mater, which is on the bottom of the 4th page of your program, as well as on the screens on each end of the arena. The alma mater will be followed by the benediction offered by Mr. George Solis. Please remain in your seats for the recessional until the platform party and graduates have left the arena.
Let us pray. God, thank you for being our Father And as we conclude this ceremony, we thank you for all the blessings that you have shed upon us. We thank you especially for the families and the students that are celebrating such a victory today. I pray that you will guide them as they continue to pursue excellence in everything that they do. And I pray that you'll be with them, their families, and with our leadership, my God. Please be with us as we leave today. Please bless us, bless this country, and bless Troy University. In your name we pray. Amen.